With the constant need for storage space, I discovered an unused potential in my workshop. So underneath my bench, there's all this space. There's 2 cupboards, one facing that way with doors that I can't actually open because there's a set of drawers in the way, and then another cupboard. I don't use any of that. It still holds some of my dad's old things. The drawers I think is mostly just old paintbrushes that we thought might be useful at some point. And in there is just a collection of things that we'd found whilst emptying the rest of the garage out and put in there because they looked like they could be useful at some point. Haven't used them in the last however many years since we did that tidy up. All of that space there is currently unused, and this is a really deep workbench. It's really deep. It is deeper than the length of my arm, and I do have quite long arms. All of that space. In this cupboard, normally the foot pedal. Canes going everywhere. Hang on. I'll be back in a moment. Normally my foot pedal for my pendant drill is there in front of that door. So I wouldn't be bothered to move the foot pedal to open the door. So what I want, first of all, is just to remove at least those 2 cupboards, probably the drawers as well, because I don't think I would use them. That's the only set of drawers I use. I bought this one and it holds some of my jewellery tools and my seeds. So what I want, probably to put a shelf along the top, and then underneath I can fit my shop vac, which is currently in this little corner. I've got a shop vac down there, an ultrasonic cleaner, a rock tumbler, and they're just sort of sitting on things, and the shop vac's on the floor. And there's my rolling mill behind the cloth and the pumpkin head. It looks quite funny, doesn't it? But I want to put another workbench here. So I can potentially put my laser engraver out here so that it's always set up, and maybe get a 3D printer, because there's so many different mould components I wish I could make to then make in pottery. I just want a 3D printed tiny waffle, and I can't get one that looks the style that I want, which is like a Belgian waffle. So I'm going to have to go the long way of making 2 wooden mould pieces, to then squish a piece of clay, polymer clay, between, to then make the shape of the waffle myself by hand, and then cast that to make the mould. Whereas if I had a 3D printer, I could model it 3D and then print it out easily, and then I would be able to make the mould straight away. So a 3D printer would be really handy to have. And underneath the bench, I will put the shop vac, and I would like to get a thicknesser planer, which is another big investment, just like a 3D printer would be. It would mean I'd have so much more versatility with the woodworking that I'm doing. I want to make a clock, and I've got this nice piece of wood, but it's a bit too thick. I think it's about just over an inch thick, and I want a ½ inch thick log round, preferably live edge, which, I mean, it doesn't have the bark still on it, but it's kind of live edge. If I had a thicknesser planer, well, thicknesser because it is already planed. If I had a thicknesser, I could take that down to ½ inch and make my clock. Part of the problem, I'm currently using the e-bikes as a shelf. I can't get to my potting station, which is where my plant pots go, because it's piled up with stuff. So the bikes are being used as a shelf. So that's what just fell on the floor. Pots off of the bikes. I want to take these cupboards out. It's going to be very cobwebby. There's probably going to be many a spider living down there, which is gross. I need to get this stuff out of here. And then we'll have to hire someone to come and collect the rubbish, because they're not sellable. Definitely not sellable. I think the shelves in that cupboard that's side on are also bowing because they're so old, they're rotten. This is my pickle station, so this is where I clean my jewellery. This is my polishing mop. So I do a lot of delicate work with my jewellery over a bin, a big bin. This is a tall bin. This is hip height almost. Well, I suppose it's mid-thigh height for me. And it's big, a big round bin. And I am always concerned that I'm going to drop a piece of jewellery in there, and I would never find that. There's no way. I want to be able to put my bin underneath the workbench, and then I won't have that fear anymore. 9:22. I've been waking up so... Oh, that lighting is terrible. I've been waking up so early. I think I'm waking up about 5:30. Not getting up at 5:30. I got up about 10 to 7 this morning. Wide awake at 6:15. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's just all this sunshine that's just making me awake. Don't normally wake up at 6 or 5:30 and then not be tired. Like I'm doing a full day's work, working hard, pottery gardening yesterday, but not like exhausted at the end of it, which is really strange. So maybe all the vitamin D is making me energized. Right, let's stop putting this off. How's that? Very good. Sure. There is a couple things on here that are mine. A blowtorch head. I do actually have a gas tank at the back of the garage. Not mine, it's one that my dad had. I'm too scared to use it, but I have the torch head. So I just use my little creme brulee style torches. They do everything I need currently. So much dust. Some bags I was keeping. A bucket of water. Oh, have I been talking like this the whole time? I'm so sorry. Right, I'm gonna have to fix that. It's gonna have to go up here, I think. So it can't go upside down inside my dungarees. If you see funny things on my feet, they're not Crocs, but they look like them. They're just garden shoes. The wellies and muck boots that I got were too hot now. My feet were getting too hot and sweaty. I wanted something that could wipe clean, but the Crocs are full of holes. So if I drop glaze on my foot, which I have done, then it would just go through the holes to my socks. So I got these. Lakeland, I think the brand is. So far they're fairly comfy. Right, I don't know what to do with all of this stuff. Some old masks. I mean, they look fine. Is that safe? Ian Hayward, Godfrey Avenue. Somebody's safe. It's heavy. Doesn't sound like there's anything in it. Who knows where the key is to that? Not me. Oh wow, this is big old screws and wall plugs. I've got a rusty chisel set. Backy tins. With whatever this is. With the letter E and B and... Any clue? I'm sure somebody in there in the chat will know what these are. What are these? Some of them say B, some say E, and one said D5. Oh, okay. That answers the question of whether or not I'm keeping the drawers. I don't know if you can see that, but the bottom of the drawer came out when I took it out. Some rusty shears. There's lots of crusty brushes. That's some Tripoli, I think. Looks like Tripoli. The polishing compound. I don't have a mop for it, but I do plan to eventually use Tripoli as well as rouge. See, the problem is I can see the usefulness of keeping a drawer full of brushes. So I know why he had a drawer full of brushes, but at the same time, don't use them. But then I might do at some point. I might need just an old brush that I don't mind getting damaged. Oh, it's hard. It's not ones that I would use to paint a wall because I don't know if the bristles are going to come off. But like if I wanted to apply a glue or something and I needed an old brush that's going to get ruined. It's a measuring scribe, I think, so you can get straight lines. That's cool. I'll keep that one, definitely. Oh, there's a spoke shave. I was looking for a spoke shave. I think I ended up buying one. A makeup brush. I wonder if he stole that from my mum. He used to acquire quite a few things from inside the house and then end up out here. I don't know why. I don't know if you ever had one of these little rubber goblin finger puppets. They're just this rubber thing. If I can find a photo of it, I'll add it in. And they had little wobbly arms, and it was just basically a head with these wiggly arms. I had one of them, and when we were clearing out the garage, I discovered it in here. So I don't know how that happened, why he felt the need to acquire that. As a toothbrush, I do have moments where I wish I had a toothbrush for cleaning. So actually I'll put that up here. Alright, so that's what's left of that drawer. That crunchy. Flat pack. This drawer is empty, but yeah, they are not suitable to keep using. If you can break your drawers that easily, then they're not going to hold very much. It's a thin sheet, I thought that said nutsack. Thin sheet nutsert kit. Nutsert, whatever that is. It looks in good, pristine condition. This is going to fall out the bottom. No, good. Alright, we've got... Yeah, I think this is all riveting. Riveting content. Riveting this drawer. There's lots of rivets of different varieties. Can you see? So, all of that wasted space. Look at it. And also, look at the hole in the side. And down the bottom over there, where the wood is just disintegrating. The only thing on there is a box of copper wire that I collected. And then this, what's moving over there? Something just moved. I hope the camera heard that too. I had the drawers in. It's got that lifts up. And there are things in there. And then in here, let's try and get through this stuff. Is that more rivets? Stick that in the riveting drawer. I kind of like it, but it is very rusty. Inception. There's another one inside here. Two empty tins inside each other. They're quite cool though. I like the vintageness. Pastels for bronchitis, colds, hay fever, and all guttural effects of the respiratory passage. That's kind of cool. And then this, 3 nuns tobacco. This is an entirely new departure in the manufacture of tobacco. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad. I'm going to keep the tins though, because I quite like them. Bread bag. You see what bread it is? Mother's Pride. Anyone remember bread called Mother's Pride? I don't. These are probably more welding rods. Should we see the date on the newspaper? What, 1985. It's older than me. Wow. Torbay Weekender. That's cool. Pensioners' better hearing. Winter of discontent. The new school term is likely to herald another series of strikes by teachers. Ceramic tiles. Classifieds. Friendship and marriage. What's this? Marriage Friendship Bureau, established 1943, personal attention follow-up service. I can't believe how old this newspaper is. August the 29th, 1985. Oh, I love these. I put one of these on the wall. They're so cool. Big pink grinder. I'm kind of blocking myself in. I need to drag these out and I've blocked the passage. There's a lot of innuendos happening right now. And it's not intentional. More grinders. Grinding discs. There's definitely something in my glove. There used to be a grinding motor, like my polishing mop, but I didn't have a use for it, so I think we sold it. Alright, now comes the lubricants. Oh, it's fun, isn't it? I assume they're like car lubricants. My dad at one point cut apart 2 cars and joined them together. If I can find a photograph, I will show you. So he joined 2 cars together. Right, okay, this thing's empty, apart from the 2 pieces of insulation. Let's start with this thing, find out what's in the top of it. Right, are you excited for this reveal? Oh! Stumpy brushes. What are these ones for? Why are they so stumpy? Big brushes. Don't know what that is. It looks like some kind of egg. Are those eggs? These brushes. Oh look, that one's from TDS. £1.45. And then we've got metal brushes. Empty, ready to go. At least it's nice and light. Oh yeah, there's a hammer inside. I wondered what that was. There's a hammerhead and another hammerhead. My collection of copper wires. Oh, I can't wait to have all this space to use. Why didn't I do this years ago? This one's not going to be so easy to carry, I don't think. It's definitely heavier. Should we check the dates on these? I mentioned it in another video that there was always a stack of cardboard cereal boxes in here. I realised the good use of them is that I needed to do a template, so I had to rummage through the recycling bin for a piece of cardboard so I didn't have to go in the house. And this is why, well, my dad used to do spray painting, so he would use bits of cardboard to block areas off. He'd write notes down. See if there's a date on these. January 1998. There. 98. And it expired a long time ago. December 97. See what the oldest is. 98. 98. December 97. It's the oldest one. Yeah, I'm going to keep a couple because I do actually use cardboard. So I saw Wheatos. I don't like chocolate milk. So I hated the fact that Wheatos made your milk chocolate flavoured. Oh, I wasn't recording. Oh, so annoying. I just pulled this out and it doesn't stand up anymore. No longer stands up on its own. It was actually leaning against the wall and I didn't even know. Look at the state of this. It's crumbling away. I don't even think I was going to rotate it, but I don't know if it'll survive the rotations. Oh, there we go. I've got a lot of sweeping to do. I'll put a mask on because it looks very dusty in there. So much room. Wow. I don't know if you don't need welding rods, do you?
Yeah, I'll use them.
This newspaper's from 1985. I'm thinking about doing it up and keeping it, just because I like the look of it.
Do chuck it out. Let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye. Probably find some lost gemstones down here, because I had lost some. Spider check. Any cobwebs? There's a big old spider. Trying to find a bucket. These were my 2 buckets. Heavy breathing in a mask. Oh wait, buckets. Huzzah, I found a bucket. Didn't really want to put all this dust in here. So much. Don't know what's living in there.
Right.
Sorry? Oh, thank you.
Just fill them up again.
I just went digging around and found myself another bucket.
Oh, right.
I can move my bin. Yay. Space. Ah, the feeling of space. Unbeatable. So much room for activities. Different dungarees on and they're so low that they don't stay up. Yay. Good kid on my room. And that guy's gonna live under there. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and it is only 11:13. Huzzah, do you want to see where I've been dumping everything? This is where everything is collecting.